In today's video I will show you how to load 3D model in native Android application from network or from server. So yeah, let's get started. I have created a default Android project, and inside the main activity what you have to do first is add this internet permission. Next you have to go to your build.gradle and add these two dependencies. So we will be using filament to load a 3D model. The 3D model which you have to use is called GLTF, and it's not called GLTF, it is an so the variation of 3D model is GLTF. So there are different kinds of 3D models like OBJ, FBX, USDC, but the filament recommends to use GLTF. That's why we are using it, and you can download any 3D model from Google and just upload it to your server. It could be Firebase storage, Amazon S3, or on your own server. That's fine. Next we will use retrofit to download the 3D model from your server, and this lifecycle dependency is required so that we can use coroutines. Next you have to create this file, uh, GLTF API, and we will be using @streaming and @get, and we will be using coroutines, and we just have to pass the file URL, and in response you will get a response body. Next what you have to do is I think that should be it. Now go to your main activity file, and also one more thing before that, you have to create an assets folder, and inside assets you have to create this envs Venetian crossroad 2k and these two files. Now you can find these two files in this Google filament doc on GitHub. Just download this repository and search for these files. You will find it. So these files are used to display background to your 3D model. So I will first show you guys the output. So here you can see I am displaying this 3D model from network, but this sky thing and the entire background is displayed using this envs folder. So yeah, that's why it is used. So here you can see I can rotate it as well. So yeah, that's it. Now coming back to the code, honestly I don't understand everything in this code, because it is like there is a lot of code involved just to display a 3D model on Android as compared to iOS was pretty easy. But what I have done is that inside the activity underscore main, I have taken this thing. I have taken a text view and I have taken a surface view. Next, this is loading of the filament library. Here we are creating surface view now, and here we are creating our text view where here, and rest else is just the filament code which I have copied it from the documentation. Here we are creating a file and we are storing the downloaded file over here. Like we are first creating a path, then we are downloading the file, and I have given it name as duck.glb. Also the GLTF 3D format, 3D model which you will be downloading should be in GLB format. I'm not sure whether direct GLTF will work or not, but it's better to be safe to use .glb format. So it is another variant of GLTF as far as I know. So here we are creating a file and we are checking whether the file exists or not. If it is true, then we are returning the file. If not, then we are actually downloading the file. So this is like boilerplate code for retrofit, and this is where we are downloading the file. So I will give you an example. So suppose your file is located at https my domain.com slash something, right? API slash 3D models slash something duck.glb. So suppose this is how your URL looks like. So what you have to do is that you have to take the base URL first over here, something like this, and paste it over here. Okay, and the rest of the URL over here should become over here. So don't try to copy paste my URL, it won't work. Like I have removed bits and pieces of the URL because I don't want to make it public. So this will not work for you. So put your base URL over here and the remaining part of your URL over here. Once the file is downloaded, we are saving that file, otherwise we are logging an error. So this is how the save file code looks like. Next is the onCreate method, and here we are creating first the object of our text view and surface view. And again, this is like boilerplate code for filament. And here you can see we are calling download gltf. Like, sorry, but even I don't understand what exactly this code does, but this is like boilerplate code for downloading all for displaying for using filament to display 3D model. And here you can see we are downloading gltf. It should be glb actually, but yeah, that's fine. Yeah, and next we are creating a default renderer. So model viewer, load model gltf. Okay, and then we are creating indirect light. Then we are reading the compressed assets. Here we are clearing the text and setting the text. We are loading the glb. We are loading hdr. Like, sorry, I don't understand much of it. Loading the zip file. I have just copy pasted this code from the documentation. And in on resume you have to call this. In on pause you have to call this. Sorry, on pause you have to call this. And in on destroy you have to call this too. And we will call load model data over here, load settings from over here, update root transform, and we have to create an inner class as well. And this is for double tap listener. If you want, you can comment these two lines, but yeah, this is just for testing purpose. This is the current model and reloads the default model. So yeah, if you want, you can use it, otherwise ignore it. So yeah, that should be it. Also, I think in Android manifest I already told you, use internet permission. What else? I think that should be it. Thank you for watching. Bye.